afternoon, it's me, Rhea.
And it's Eliza May, and you're watching Only Real News. Let us have a glance at the headline first.
DepEd declare face-to-face to school, November 2022.
COVID-19 leaves drama to the people.
Arvane Gabriel of United States crowned as Miss Universe 2022. Welcome back. The Department of Education issued an mandatory order tweaking its previously released circular allowing private schools to continue implementing a blended learning modality for the school year. For further details, we have our reporter Marian from Banto Cali. Marian, kindly update our viewers.
Public and private schools that offer basic education are expected to implement face-to-face classes this school year 2022 to 2023, the Department of Education said. While blended learning will still be allowed when classes open in public school on August 22, DepEd spokesperson Michael Poe maintained that all schools nationwide are expected to have transition in-person classes after the 3-month transition period or from August to October. To institutionalize blended learning is something that we're thinking of, but for now, the clear prevention of DepEd Order No. 34 is after October 31, which is November 2. Moving forward, in-person classes will be mandatory. Poe ends a mix of English and Filipino during a press conference on August 10. As the exception, they will be limited to highly exceptional cases and will determine that during the transition period which school would fall under that exception. Poe said in a response to the appeal of private schools to allow them to implement flexible learning modalities such as preferring hybrid or fully online classes. I have interviewed a student with regards to their feedback on this face-to-face set.
What are your thoughts and feedback on this face-to-face classes?
Okay, so ang thought ko lang yung face-to-face classes is malaki siyang advantage sa mga students. Kasi bakit? Dahil dito sa school, araw-araw silang pumapasok. Araw-araw sila pumapasok sa classroom. Okay, so dahil dyan si teacher, face-to-face, mas nagtuturo ni teacher yung mga necessary na mga learnings na dapat i-acquire ng students. And si students, mas nakukuha na yung mga knowledge, yung mga learnings na dapat niya i-acquire or dapat niya matutunan. So, kung parang ito nung online, kasi hindi naman lahat, alam naman natin na hindi lahat ng students is merong mga gadgets na magagamit, merong mga malakas na signal, may wifi, so hindi naman lahat merong kakayahang magkaroon ng mga ganung bagay. So, parang disadvantage sa kanila yun kasi mas pakaunti yung mga nakuha nila learnings. And alam naman natin na yung online, nasa bahay tayo, hindi tayo masyadong makapag-focus kasi nasa bahay tayo, maingay yung environment natin. So, hindi tayo makapag-focus sa pag-aaral. Kung para dito sa classroom na nasa isang silid tayo, mas tayo-focus natin yung sarili natin sa pakikinig kay teacher. So, yun.
Is it beneficial for students to be back on this face-to-face classes?
Thank you, Marian. Moving on to all news. Severing impact of COVID-19 on education and mental health for young people has gone higher according to the new Frontline Service. For further details, we have our reporter Marielle with us. Marielle, can you tell us more about the effect of pandemic to our young generation?
Almost 3 years since the COVID-19 virus emerged and turned lives upside down, the enduring global pandemic continues to impact lives fundamentally as countries clamor for vaccines to reach the most vulnerable. The canceled negative
effect on young people may turn out to be the most significant untreated hazard in the years to come. The constantly inconstant lethal and learning landscape and leaving young people feeling uncertain and anxious, leading to a planetal mental health and educational emergency for an entire generation. New data compiled by Fundlife show just how COVID-19 has changed the lives of vulnerable young people and the subsequent impact COVID-19 uncertainty has on their mental health, their education, and future ambition.
How did COVID-19 affect your everyday life?
It was very hard for me and I couldn't focus on my studies because most students uses their gadgets pretty often.
How did COVID-19 affect your everyday life or my everyday life? First of all, it affects my healthy living. We can't go outside as much as we can before. And it affects our education because it's hard to have a good connection or signal when we are in class. And lastly, in COVID-19, it affects some of the children's mental health because you may experience stress, anxiety, fears, sadness, and loneliness, and mental health disorders.
Gabrielle, who last year became the first Filipino American to win Miss USA, took the crown from Amanda Dudamel from Venezuela and Adriana Martinez from the Dominican Republic. For further details, we have our reporters Anna with us. Anna, kindly update our viewers.
Saturday night was the last day of the competition, with elimination narrowing down the number of finalists until the last two remained. When Gabrielle entered the top 5, she was asked, Miss Universe recently made an inclusive change allowing mother and married women to compete this year. What's another change you'd like to see and why?
For me, I would like to see an age increase because I am 28 years old and that is the oldest age to compete. And I think it's a beautiful thing. My favorite quote is, if not now, then when? Because as a woman, I believe age does not define us. It's not tomorrow, it's not yesterday, but it's now. The time is now that you can go after what you want.
In the final question and answer segment of the competition, the top 3 contenders were asked how they would wear to demonstrate Miss Universe as an empowering and progressive organization if they won the title.
Well, I would use it to be a transformational leader. As a very passionate designer, been sewing for 13 years, I use fashion as a force for good. In my industry, I'm cutting down on pollution through recycled materials when I make my clothing. I teach sewing classes to women that have survived from human trafficking and domestic violence. And I say that because it is so important to invest in others, invest in our community, and use your unique talent to make a difference. We all have something special, and when we plant those seeds to other people in our life, we transform them and we use that as a vehicle for change.
It is me, Anna.